we've got a DISA set up with this PBX where somebody can call in, they can put a pin in, and it waits for 10 seconds, all right? And then it puts in a caller ID, and it allows the from internal tag to be used, which basically means it's going to place a call from the internal PBX, okay? So that's exactly how you do that. It's fairly simple, and you can use this as a destination in your IVR or in your ring groups when you set it up. So say I call in and I press a specific key combination. Say I press like *62, all right, which you'd set up in your feature codes. Now you could then use that to activate DISA from within your IVR. And so say I call in, it says, "Thank you for calling Computer X. Your call is important to us, blah, 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 blah," and I don't want to listen to that, so I just press what did I say? I don't remember. *62, all right? And then that's going to prompt me for a password, and once I enter that password in, it's going to say thank you, and then I'm going to get a dial tone. That means that I can actually dial as if I'm using the PBX for my phone. So, pretty useful. All right. Applications, that's an advanced feature, not going to go over it. Missed destinations. Many people will want to know what this is. Missed destination, remember I've referred to it many times when I talked about IVRs and ring groups and extensions. This basically you could use, see the description is just the name, okay? Dallas, Houston, Irving, voicemail access, blah, blah, blah. And then the dial, okay? You can use feature code shortcuts here, or you can put in a number, just a phone number, okay? And that could be used to place calls from within the PBX to a cell phone number, okay? So you can set up follow me and things like that. It's very similar to a missed destination, but anyway, that's something that you'll probably need to know how to do. Music on hold, another very useful feature. You can actually upload songs that you want to play. Now, one thing that's kind of annoying is they didn't allow you to disable the default tunes that come with the system, and some of them are a little bizarre. So if you don't like those, you're actually going to have to remote in. You're going to have to SSH using PuTTY or some other SSH client. You're going to have to remote into your system running the Trixbox and navigate to the directory that contains these. I don't have it off the top of my head, but it's easy to find online where these are held, and then manually delete those files. Or you could rename them and move them to a separate directory for later if you want. It's not going to hurt anything either way. And then they'll only play what's left in that directory, which in this case is these 3 nice little songs. Side note, Sunrise of the Flutes is from Oblivion, Elder Scrolls. So anyway, good game. Pin sets. What have we got? Oh, nothing you really need to know. Paging and intercom. If your phones support it, you can actually add paging groups. So very cool. Alright, parking lot. You don't have to set that up. It's going to be set up like this by default. A parking lot is basically a place that when people call in, you can have them go to an extension that's not really an extension, it's just a parking lot, and it's basically, it's going to show everybody who's on the phone in a call center that there is somebody waiting, and then somebody can take that call. It's like a generic hold for large volumes of calls. Let's see, you can actually put in announcements, say that your call is important. You can set up delays. You can show that somebody's been on hold for a very long time, so it could send an amber light to the people on the extension so they can see that somebody's probably getting very frustrated on the other line. System recordings. This is where you would record messages to upload for use with your IVR. Okay. Now there are a lot of system recorded messages in here already, but basically you would call in It's very simple. You can follow the instructions. Step 1, record or upload. If you wish to make and verify recordings from your phone, please enter your extension number here. Okay, so you put the extension number that you have set up, then the one that's in front of you, and you dial it in, and then you can, it'll go through voice prompts, and it'll allow you to record whatever message you want using your phone. Okay, then you save it, you name it, and then it'll show up here. And then you can use these system recordings for your IVR or for your voicemail boxes, etc. Voicemail blasting, not super important. This is actually going to be propagated by default whenever you set up voicemail boxes. So, well, let's see. Is there anything else in here that we need to show you? Config file editor. Some of your config files can be edited within the Trixbox GUI, so that can be useful. Most of the time, though, it's a better idea just to remote in using PuTTY, use an SSH client to get into the config files and edit them that way, because then you can make copies of them before you edit them. Also, a lot of these are write protected, so you're not going to be able to actually get into them and change them. You can get into them to see what they have, but changing them, you have to have admin privileges. So all around, I don't really use the config file editor on the Trixbox GUI because of those reasons. It's handy to know your way around the Linux system if you're going to be an admin for a system like this. It's kind of, you should do it. You just need to learn how to do it. Just take a basic Linux tutorial and play around with it on a system that's not in production so that you can learn how to edit config files. Nano comes installed on most all systems, so you can use a command like sudo nano and then the path name of whatever the config file is that you want to edit, and then that will allow you to edit the file. Keep in mind you're going to have to reload the Trixbox settings whenever you're done with this. And by the way, if any of these screens that we've been on, if you clicked submit changes, then it would pop up a screen that said apply configuration settings at the very top, a little orange box. Once you click that, it'll ask you yes or no, do you really want to do this? And when you do that, it's going to reload your system, not reboot, but just reload Trixbox and apply the settings that you made. So PBX status, we kind of looked at that already, or did we? Let me take a look here. Okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty useful. Endpoint manager. Let's see. CDR report, bulk extensions. If you're having trouble and you need to be able to troubleshoot your PBX, you're going to go through the CDR report page. Okay. System info, maintenance, network, backup. Backup is something that you'll need to learn how to use. Your backups, you can set up FTP backups, and you can decide what you want to go to that FTP site and how often you want it to back up. Very useful, since most of the people who are going to be using a system like this, their livelihood is going to depend on it. So you really do want to keep this backed up. I shouldn't have to tell you that, though. Your repositories, your registration for registering your SIP trunks, and for registering, I'm sorry, not registering your SIP trunks, for registering your email with Trixbox, CE forms, and Finality. That's where you go and do it. Okay, your help, you can actually get support from Trixbox, and they're very, very good. So I've actually had to deal with them a couple of times, and the times that I have dealt with them, I've reached very skilled, very professional operators, and they're not just there to take all your money. They really do help you, and they get you to solve. They help you solve problems that you just wouldn't be able to find answers to online. Although most of the stuff you can just email me about if you want, and I will freely help you. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know I enjoyed setting this up the first time. It took a lot of work, a lot of time, but it has paid off, and hopefully my experiences can benefit you. Once again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, You can find my contact information on computerxdfw.com, or you can go to itnewsyoucanuse.com and either set up a thread in the forums or just PM me. So I'm the owner of the page. Not hard to get a hold of me. So take care, and once again, love you guys. Have a good day.